Hi teens, I'm Miss Abby, your Teen Services Librarian for the Slidell branches of the St. Tammany Parish Library, and today we will be making the Valentine craft from your January Teen Tote. We have two teen subscription totes for 12 to 18 years of age here in the St. Tammany Parish. The first one is our Teen Book Totes. For that one, you register between the 1st and the 15th of one month to receive between the 1st and the 15th of the following month. When you register for that tote, it'll ask you to choose between two themes for that month. And the books that you receive from that will be library books chosen based on that theme. You do need to return those after 28 days, but everything else in the bag is for you to keep. There will be activities, some snacks, some swag. We've done all kinds of cool stuff in these totes, like t-shirts and socks and pins and all kinds of game things based on a holiday coming up. So definitely check those out. And then we also have our arts and crafts tote. For that one, you register between the 15th and the 30th of one month, receive between the 15th and the 30th of the following month. And you will receive two crafts from that month, usually based on some kind of theme for that month, like New Year's Eve or Chinese New Year, Valentines or Valentines in this case. So definitely check that one out as well. You will also get some swag and snack to go along with your craft. And like this video, there will be other videos posted based on that craft so you can follow along. Let's go over the materials we need to make the Valentine craft. In your teen tote, you will have two cards with their envelopes, one black and one white, a heart shape, banners to go with your heart, a monster and all of the materials needed for that, 5 teeth, a mouth, 2 eyeballs and 2 googly eyes, popsicle sticks to use for the glue as glue applicators, some double-sided tape on a piece of wax paper, and then you'll have some glue dots as well, and I'll show you what fun you can have with those. And then some inserts for your card. If you don't want to write a message, you can certainly use one of these, or you can do both. You also will need a pair of scissors, but it will not be included in your bag, and a pen or pencil or marker, whatever it is you like to write with. All right, to get started, decide which card and which shape you're going to work with first. I'm going to go ahead and do the monster first because it's a little more complicated. I have one done right here as an example. Now, as you can tell, the monster goes off the card just a little bit. So if you're not going to put it in an envelope, don't worry about it. That's perfectly fine. But if you're going to put it in the envelope, you may want to cut it down or adjust it because it's just not gonna fit. As you can see there, the eye goes just a teeny bit past. So you can absolutely do it this way if you'd like, or you can adjust it to where part of the foot comes off and part of the eye comes off, however you'd like. But I'm also gonna show you how to adjust it for those who want it to be completely on the card. So first of all, let's make sure that our card is opening the way that we want it. So I want to open it as I'm going to the left, but I have it kind of turned up backwards for y'all so y'all can see what I'm doing. So I do have it orientated correctly. So then I'm going to match up how I want my monster. My monster time. Okay. So let's see. So it looks like it fits here, but when I put my eyeball, it's going to go over. So I kind of want my eyeball to be right there. So I'm going to cut it about here and kind of mask it. And because I'm going to do that, I'm block cutting off this, so I'm going to cut this to look the same as well. So I'm going to use my scissors here. Let's see. And I'm going to try to do a little dip. You can just go straight if you want, but I kind of like the look of the dip. So then I'm also going to cut this piece off so it'll look the same with the eyeballs. And you don't have to do this. It is okay if it dangles off. However you want, just showing you an option for you to use. Okay, so I have that cut off. And then I'm going to glue this one completely on, but I'm going to double check first and make sure I did cut enough off, and I did. So I'm going to take my monster and turn it upside down and put my glue on using my applicator. And I want to kind of keep it an even line. I don't want any glue really squishing out, but it is glue that will dry clearly. So it should be fine if a little bit leaks out. So, and I'm just doing a nice little even layer, scraping some of this off and moving it over so I don't overdo it in one spot. And you should have more glue than you need for both of these projects. Make sure I get it all the way around my monster. Unless you want a piece of it to come up, that's up to you. Be creative as you want. If you want the hands to be able to move or whatever you'd like, and color the back of the hands maybe and have it hold the Snickers. Whatever it is you'd like for your card. So I'm going to match my card up with my monster again to be just about like that. So you can take up most of this card. Okay, so I have my monster body down. So I'm going to take my eyeballs next, and I'm going to do the same thing. And I want to use the shiny part, so I'm going to do glue on the back side. If you don't want to use the shiny part, that's okay. However you like it to do. Okay. Just be mindful of how you're doing it so that you get the side that you want. Okay. So I'm going to let those dry a second before I put the googly eyes on. And I'm going to take my mouth, and you can do this one of two ways. You can either go ahead and put your teeth on and then glue it down, or you can glue it down and then put your teeth on. I like to glue it down first. Again, I'm going to do it on the flat black side because I want to use the shiny spot. I want the shiny side to show. So I'll put my glue on the back of that. And let's see, his mouth should go right about here, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I think that looks good. And then you have 5 teeth. So the 3 of them should have a curve going up, and that's going to be the teeth that go on the top. Whoop. A little stuck to my fingers. All right. So you can definitely map out how you want them to go before you glue them down. Just kind of an idea. And then the ones with the curve on the bottom, more of a rounded edge versus it going in, that's going to go on the bottom. And you should have 2 of those. So I kind of have it mapped out how I want my teeth. So now I'm going to start gluing them. There we go. Whoop, whoop. They're kind of hard to grab hold of because they're so tiny, and if you have any glue on your fingers, they may get stuck to them. So just try to be careful with them. Put this one on the edge here. You know what? I think I want the round one to be in the center. So let's put that one in the center. This one's going to be on the edge. This way. One more tooth for the top. And I'm just using that applicator, the popsicle stick, to put the glue on. And it doesn't take much. Try to be sparing on the teeth because you don't want a lot of glue warping them. And one more. Oop, put a little too much on that one, but that's okay. That happens sometimes. There we go. Make sure they fit on that edge. Perfect. And that is my teeth. So now I have that done. I'm going to put on my eyeballs. I'm going to make sure everything's pressed down so that glue can adhere it. Just go around and make sure you can use your other popsicle stick that doesn't have any glue on it if you want. Especially if you have glue on your fingers, you may find that helpful. You know, just kind of make sure everything is in place the way you want it. And then our last step for this monster is our googly eyes. So these googly eyes, I'm going to use the big ones. You also have some small ones in there. It's up to you to decide if you want to use those or not. I'm going to use the big ones, and I'm going to take the adhesive piece or the paper off the back so that they're adhesive. Let's see. It's kind of tricky to get. There we go. All right, so that's one. I kind of like them going directly in the center. See right there. And you can certainly put glue on the back if you want, but it's not really necessary. They are adhesive, so they should stick pretty well. There we go. Perfect. So there is my monster. Clean off any of the excess pieces from the glue. And we're going to give it a second to dry. Now here's a fun thing that you can do. If you want to add details to your monster, you absolutely can. So maybe down here he needs a little toe. So we're going to put a little line here to add him a little toe. All right. Maybe you want some markings around. Be artistic if you'd like. Give him a little character. You absolutely do not need to do this if you don't want to. Maybe we're coming down from the eyeball a little bit. Give him a little character. Just a little something, something. You absolutely don't need to do that part. That is completely up to you if you want to. You can certainly leave him plain. That's what I did with this one. So whichever you like. And then once it dries, give it a little bit of time. We're going to put our insert. So you have 2 sheets of inserts. This one. And then you have a monster one. I'm going to use the monster one for my monster card. You don't have to. Have fun. If you want to use the Valentine or one of the cute puns, you're welcome to do so as well. So you're just going to pick whichever one you want and then cut it out with your scissors. So I have a cool little pink monster. So maybe my purple monster can go on the inside. A little bit of a change. So I'm going to cut out my purple monster. You don't have to do this part. If you would like to write a very lengthy message, you can. If you want to draw something for the inside, where you want. Even if you use this, you could still write your message here if you'd like. Make something personal for your friend or loved one. So let's see if we can finish cutting this out real quick. And then once this is cut out, you can use your glue if you'd like to. But I also added some double-sided tape, and that's what I like to use for this side. So I'm going to map out how I want my monster to fit inside, how I want my message. I kind of want a little bit of the card space to go around either side of it. So I think that's about even. So I'm going to take my double-sided tape. And your double-sided tape should come off your wax paper pretty cleanly, just like that. And I'm going to put the tape on the back of my card. I don't really need a lot. 2 pieces should be more than enough. Nobody's going to be pulling on it, right? So put a piece at the top and a piece at the bottom. If you want it to make sure it's super secure, you can certainly put one on either side. And then I had it about like this. And I'm going to smooth it down really good. Make sure that tape holds. And voila, there we go. 1 Valentine card. So now we have our monster Valentine. And again, this one you can certainly leave and not cut if you want the eyeball socket to be a little wider. Or you can cut it if you want to fit it in an envelope and mail to someone. It's up to you. And you do have the envelopes for both the black and the white card. So we're going to set that card to the side, and we are going to also make one with our heart. So I'm going to take the white card now, and I'm going to say my heart and the banner. You also have some small eyes, so if you want to do your heart and give it some arms and some legs with your marker and some googly eyes, you can absolutely do this. This one I made so that we can put a cool banner on it. So you have 2 banners, and you don't have to use both if you want, but they're made for layering. So I have my nice shiny one, and then I'm going to put the cardstock on top. And I did this so that you can write a message on your cardstock. So let's start putting it down. So there are 2 options for this. One of them is just putting the glue like you did the monster. And the other, if you want a more 3D effect, you were given 4 glue dots. So if you want it to kind of have a little more space off the card and kind of pop out there, you can certainly use your glue dots. So I'm going to put one at the top, on either side. All right, push it down pretty good. And as you can see, I'm just taking them, sticking them, and pulling it off the paper. So I don't even have to worry about getting it all on my fingers. I'm gonna do it just like that. Or you can glue your heart down and then we'll use the glue dots for your banner. It's up to you. So it's got a little more pop, a little more space around it. I also have, see, it doesn't stay all the way down and plastered to the card so much. So before I put this down, I'm actually going to go ahead and glue the 2 banners together because I want to be able to write on them. So you can write on this first and then glue it, or you can let it dry and then write on it. It's up to you. I'm going to grab a colored marker, I think. Let's see how we feel about this color. I don't know if that'll show up so well on the pink. Let's try another. This is trial and error, right? So make sure you find what you want. Oh, I think that'll be pretty. So you can do happy Valentines, happy Valentines, hello friend, whatever you'd like, whatever message you want to give. I'm going to go with the Happy Valentine. Remember, if you're doing Happy Valentine's, it's apostrophe S. Okay. Now that I have that, I'm going to glue them together. Do I have it backwards? I did. There we go. Much better. So I'm going to apply my glue to the back of the pink one where I did not write. And apply it to my shiny side. And then to show you the glue dots again, I have some extras. So I'm going to put one on either end of my banner. And I'm gonna maybe do one in the center too, I think. Just to make sure it stays on really well. Okay. Make sure my writing is the right side down and how I want to place my card. So I'm going to kind of do it diagonal so it's all the blue is being done. But I also want to be careful not to go too far over the card or it won't fit in the envelope. So I do want all my blue covered. So I'm going to do it like that. It's kind of cute. And again, I used the glue dot, so it's got a little more 3D effect. And the fun part about the glue dots is I don't have to wait for so much glue to dry. This is the only part that I've glued. So then I have these wonderful inserts. And I think I'm going to go with a pun. So let's go with the Happy Valentine's Day, bestie. So I like my pun, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it out real quick. You can go whichever one you want. I think this one's kind of cute. I like the teacup. So this is the one I'm going to use. And you know what? I actually have a best friend to give this to. I think they will enjoy it. All right, so same thing. I'm not going to worry about the glue on the inside because I don't need that much to hold it, and I still have plenty of tape. So I'm going to take the double-sided tape that's remaining off of my wax paper and put it on the back of my card, either side, just like that. Verify that I didn't turn it around and I have it going the right direction. And then I'm going to just set my card inside of it. So now I have my Heart Valentine. And I have Monster Valentines. So definitely make sure these dry thoroughly before you put them in the envelope. But you were given 2 envelopes, one for each card. Maybe you want the black one to go in the white envelope and the white one to go in the black one. However you'd like to do it, it's all yours. Again, be creative. You have markers at home. Maybe you're going to do some swirls or something around the card. Maybe, like I said before, you want to draw arms. Maybe you want to do an arrow through the heart. Whatever it is you'd like, you can write messages or draw pictures. Whatever it is that makes you happy. Do not be afraid to make these your own. Thank you for joining me in making our Valentine's Day cards. I had a lot of fun making these, and I hope you enjoy them too. And I'm sure your loved ones would also love to get a monster time. Join us next month for our Arts and Crafts Teen Tote for February. I'm sure it'll be a very fun craft for that one. And again, you get 2 crafts in each Arts and Crafts tote. Thank you.